What's up, everybody? It's the Bipolar Prophet, and welcome back to Old Ridge Farm and Farming Simulator 15. So if you remember from the last episode where I drove around and gave earth fruits and water to all the animals, I had said that I wanted to do some mowing so we could get some grass going, get some silage going, and then, we would be one step closer to getting everything the animals need. So I went back and I got the mower and I came down to this little meadow here across from Field 18. It's not too little. It's got a couple of obstructions. It's got a tree in the middle and a tree over there, but I think it'll be okay. We'll go ahead and cut this. And then I'll go back and get the windrower and row it up, and then we'll pick it up with the forage wagon and bring it off to the mix station. So let me go ahead and get this unfolded. And again, I apologize for my weird mouse. It just does whatever it wants. So let's see. Go ahead and lower it and turn it on. And dial the speed down because this meadow, like I said, it's got some obstructions in it, so we're going to have to go kind of slow. And we'll just go ahead and mow. So, all right. I think this should make a fair amount of grass. Probably mow one just for straight grass. For silage, put it in the silage clamp and get that, get that working. And then we'll do one for hay. I know I don't really need to do hay for the mix station. It'll just take straight grass along with silage. But I don't know. I think I might do hay just to do it, I guess. Just to do one more thing, So now I'm sure at some point later on, in the series, when I have to do multiple things at once, I will probably set this up for courseplay. That tree in the middle will probably have to come out for that, just so that the courseplay doesn't crash into it all the time. But since I only have one tractor and I only have one thing to do at the moment, it just makes sense to do it myself right now. So. This is a little slow. I could probably go a little faster, I guess. I'll try 10 miles an hour, I suppose. No need that this has to take an hour and a half to do this meadow, so. These trees in the corner, yeah, maybe they're in the way, but they're not so bad. But I think this one here and the one in the middle will probably come out, and probably this one too, just to make it easier for when I do want to use courseplay on this field. So. It's neat that they're there because obviously, sometimes in real life there are trees in the middle of meadows and stuff. I know I've encountered them numerous times in the real world. So, but for the game, especially when I'm if I'm doing something else and I just want courseplay to come over and mow this, well, those trees are just gonna be in the way. So. Yeah, this should make plenty of grass, I think. We get maybe one silage clamp, up to where it needs to be to start fermenting, and then we can work on the other ones later. Just to get some started, so that we have some silage for the mix station. And that way too, we can at some point when we have some money, we can start buying animals. I always enjoy mowing. It's kind of relaxing, It's one of those things that it's kind of like baling for me, It's one of those things that I enjoy doing, whether I really need to do it or not. I find myself. It's funny on Bjornholm, on my Bjornholm Let's Play. I find myself constantly buying more cows so I can use more of the bales that I've made, so I can make more. Because it's just one of the jobs that I really enjoy in this game. So. Probably get a bigger mower at some point too. Whether we get the butterflies or whether I just get a front mower and keep this mower and get a front mower to go along with it, just to make this process a little bit quicker, I guess. Obviously, right now we're kind of stuck with what we have, so and this will be fine for right now. So, but there will be a lot of grass work on this map, simply for the fact that there's so many different animals, and they all need mixed rations, and the sheep need grass, and so I'm not really worried about the regular sheep just yet. I think if I can get all the breeding animals going first, and then we can kind of worry about the regular sheep and maybe the regular cows afterwards. So probably start going up and down on this field, I would imagine. But you know what? This field looks like it kind of lends itself to going around in circles, so I guess that's what I'll do. So So I was actually not so long ago. I was watching David Ofield's latest episode in his Let's Play, where he had a friend of his, another member of the OEB team, I believe, come on, and he was kind of showing him around the the apple mod, his orchard and his greenhouses where he set them up and everything. And it's funny because I want to do that sort of same thing. I don't really want to copy him, you know what I mean? I don't want to just duplicate exactly what he did, but where he's got the his orchard set up and his greenhouses, it makes a lot of sense to put it down there. So I may end up doing that same thing at some point. I definitely want to try it again, and hopefully it works a little better this time than it did the last time. I didn't have any real issue with the fruit trees. It was just, I think, the placeable piles, the new version and the new version of the UPK, as I've said, repeatedly now. I think those things were sort of, I don't know, having a conflict with something else in my mod folder and not getting along. So hopefully I've managed to, fix that now, and we can get back to the fruit trees and the greenhouses and everything. Because I just really think that's neat. So, and of course, with this map, there's so much other stuff going on this map, one more thing added to the map will just, really keep us busy. So, and I think that'll be neat. So, I guess probably what I should have done was I should have probably maybe tried to throw this thing on the front, and then brought the windrower down on the back, 3-point, just to get it down here. But I wasn't really thinking about that. So now we got to run back and get the windrower. So I'll probably cut. I don't know. Do I want to cut another meadow? Do I want to cut 2 meadows in this episode? I guess maybe we can do that. Yeah, we'll cut 2 meadows. Row one up straight, grass. Turn one for hay. Then we'll have hay and grass for silage. So I think I have a tedder, I believe. If I don't, I can certainly buy one. The small tedders are not very expensive, so we should be okay there. I'm not doing very well on that corner there. So that's one reason why I tend to mow at kind of a slower speed, maybe than even you would in real life, just because the turns, if you don't want to overlap too badly. So yeah, that's getting to be a little awkward now. Now I think we're just going to have to go up and down because I'm just going to miss too much. And again, I don't want this to take, hours to mow. So I suppose I could have took that tree out right now. I do have enough money for the Brooks UN chipper that I'd probably use just to chip the tree up, But I don't know. I don't think I'm quite ready to start cutting down trees just yet. Because when I do start, I want to do a bunch at once, especially if I'm going to create a orchard and a greenhouse area somewhere. I'd rather do that all at once than sort of, piece by piece. Oh, I need this tree cut down, I need that tree cut down. I'd rather do them all at once, cut down all the trees that I want to cut down and be done with it. So, because I don't think I'm going to do a lot of just regular forestry in this map. I don't think this map doesn't really have that feel to it to me. This map is really kind of shaping up to be more of a animal intensive map, I think. So, and that's kind of, I think, the direction I'm going to go with it. Obviously there's going to be some trees that are going to need to come down, and I will take them down. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to do any, consistent forestry on this. So, now we'll just start kind of alternating back and forth, just so I don't miss too much, and so I don't make too much of a mess. Because we're going to get close to this tree here, so I don't want to get too close to that tree because it'll just catch the rake anyway. So there's no point in getting right on top of it. Well, no point in wasting it either. Might as well make sure we get it all. Or as much of it as we can anyway. Oh, excuse me. Too much coffee today, not enough water. You know, again, you'd think I would know better, but I never learn. All I drink is coffee, so. Trying to do a lot of recording again. You know, I've got quite a few videos up ahead already. You know, so you guys will definitely have a new video every day. But you know, another big storm coming, so it's going to be another busy weekend, and I just want to make sure that, you know, you guys have a video every day to watch. So figured I'd, you know, do as much recording today as I possibly could, and get as far ahead as I can. Try to get into next week, you know, for videos. So. Okay, we'll just finish off this little strip here, and then on the other side, I don't know that I'm going to get too close to this tree, although I keep getting closer and closer to it, but just because it's going to catch the rake, and it's just going to make a mess. You know, the windrows will be weird because the rake will be bouncing off the tree. So, ah, frog in my throat. I'd say that's probably close enough to the tree. We'll just go back this way now. Let's kind of divide this in half. Going to leave the bit around the tree, and then we'll go back and do the other side. Then I'll find another meadow to cut for hay, I guess. And then we'll come back and row it and ted it and all that. So, okay, we'll come around. Let's see, we can probably catch this little bit right here. Yep, and then we'll come around here. Just leave that part. I just think it'll be easier than trying to get a rake in there. So. These meadows are good size. They're not enormous and they're not tiny. So this is going to make plenty of grass, I would imagine. So I'm sure it'll be quite a few trips back and forth to the mix station, which will be good. You know, we get that thing, you know, well, not the mix station, but the silage clamp, you know, get that thing at least hopefully filled up enough that we can blanket it and get it fermenting, and, you know, and get started on some silage anyway. So. I'm not the world's best mower, obviously. You know, I'm not. I don't. You know, I love watching guys who are really good at this, who, you know, get every blade and then come back and row it perfectly. And you guys know, you know, my rowing is not ideal either. I'm losing my voice, guys. I just realized my voice is slowly going away, and I'm not quite sure why. I don't have a cold or anything. I don't feel sick, but hopefully my voice will hold out for the rest of this recording at least. Oh, okay. That will do. No sense. Hell, you know what? Might as well get this last bit over here. I don't want to drive around for an hour on this, you know, on this little meadow and chase every blade of grass. So, but I want to get as much of it as we can, I guess, so we're not wasting it. Okay, that will do. B and S, just stop for a minute. B, X, and okay. Now, let's see. Where is there another one? We are by field 18. Let's take a look at the big map. We are by field 18. There's another one over by the cows, I guess, which would make sense. Yeah, that would make sense. There's a great big one up north in the sheep part, but I don't really want to go that far right at first. So, you know what? Let's do this. Let's head back towards the main farm. Because I'm gonna need to grab the windrower anyway, the rake. So a lot of driving back and forth. You know, that's kind of unfortunately a side effect of only having one tractor. You know, but you know, okay, it's you know, it is sort of what it is. So we will have more tractors coming down the road. As soon as we start making some money. Not really making any money yet. We made a little bit on the I actually want to go this way. I want to remember which way I want to go here. Made a little bit on the harvest, on our very first harvest, but then of course we had to spend some of it. So, we made a little bit selling all the default equipment, or most of the default equipment. And then again had to spend it. So, it's just one of those things. It's the first few episodes of any new map, are always going to be, a little. You're not going to make a lot of money, and so. But that'll all come around, I think. So, now I wonder if it's not worth maybe. Let's just go up here for a minute. We haven't been up here yet, and I want to take a look and see. I think there's a meadow up here, I believe, that may be worth cutting. It's not very far away from the main farm. So, Shell station. How much is diesel? Diesel is 139 a liter. I guess that is. Whew, that's pretty expensive. Or 129 a liter. V-Power is 139. I guess red diesel is 129. Okay. That's some silly stuff that I'll sit there and look at for 20 minutes, which I know doesn't make any sense, but it's just the way I am. So, oh, that's alfalfa. I was hoping that was a meadow, but apparently it's alfalfa. There is is that a meadow on the other side? Over here. Let's see. It'd be nice to be able to find another one, I think. What is this? This is also alfalfa, I believe. But I think maybe there's a meadow down here. Oh. And if it isn't, I'll just turn around and we'll just do that one meadow, I guess. Just so it's not, me just aimlessly driving around. So. It kind of looks like over here behind field 7 that there's a meadow. Can we see over there? That may actually be one over there, I think. So. Boy, this is one advantage to... Oh, there's one directly in front of it. Is this a meadow? Oh, no. That's more the sheep area. It's not really a meadow. It sort of is, I guess. I guess if I really needed the grass, I could cut that, but that's not very much. So I don't really think it's worth it. There's one advantage to creating a map. You know what I mean? You know where everything is. You know where it is. You know how to get to it. When you're like me and you're just you're starting off on the map and you don't know where anything is. So this is definitely a meadow, I believe, if we can figure out how to get in here. Might as well cut this one too, I guess. That's another one, not very big, but I think it'll serve our purpose right behind the garden center. So. Yeah, we'll go ahead and cut this one, I guess. Get set back up here again, get my speed dialed down. I'm going to go a little slower this time, just so the corners aren't quite so crazy. Let's say 8. Get this unfolded. And lowered, and turned on, and off we go. And again, this is one of those meadows that has some trees in it, but I guess, that's kind of the way it is. I know, in my real life, when I do this kind of work, there's almost, what's the word I'm looking for? Inevitably trees, in the corners, and because stuff grows up and the meadows haven't been, groomed or anything, over the years. So, there's always brush and stuff on the edges and all that. So, this is very realistic in that sense. This one's a little odd shaped, so I don't know that I'd get courseplay in here to try to do this one. Sometimes with an odd shaped field, courseplay can struggle a little bit when it generates a course. So this would probably just be a manual one, regardless. So I'm going to catch the fence, which means I'm going to catch the fence with the rake. I wasn't really paying attention. I was a little too close to the edge there. So I would probably turn this one. This one's not very big, so it'll still. I'm sure it'll make plenty of hay. So not really going to be a problem. It's one advantage to these kind of maps. There's always plenty of grass on them. So, and if you enjoy doing grass work, then these are definitely maps for you. So, and I do. I enjoy that. All the things that go along with grass. So. So, what I might do, guys? You've already seen me mow one meadow, I guess. Instead of kind of sitting here listening to me breathe or listening to me natter on about nothing, maybe I'll do a little time lapse here. I'll finish this meadow. I'll go get the rake and well, actually, I'll probably go get the tedder. Turn this field into hay, and then get the rake and rake them both up. And I guess maybe when that's all done, we'll grab the forage wagon and start picking it up. Start picking up the grass for silage and the hay for the mix station. And yeah, so we'll do that. So I will see you guys when that is all done. Okay, so as you can see, that took for you guys it only took a couple of minutes. For me, it took about a half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, somewhere around there. It wasn't too awful. As you guys can tell, again, I'm not the best windrower in the world. um, and I know my voice is almost completely gone now. Hopefully I can get this all done before it completely fades on me, and then I can kind of take the rest of the day off and hopefully get it back. So, it well, drove through that sign. Good thing there's no collisions, I guess. This is a very narrow road right here, and especially since I can't really drive in the cab, makes it a little tricky to navigate with the trees and stuff. But yeah, so I figured we start with the hay first, just because that's got to go down to the mix station. So, and we're not too far from that over here. So I'll pick that up first, and then I'll come back and pick up the grass and figure out which silage pit I want to put it in. So we'll go ahead and get turned into here and get this thing turned on and start getting this stuff picked up. All in all, I guess it wasn't. I guess these windrows aren't too awful. These are kind of odd shaped fields, so I think I did okay. I definitely did the best I could. So go ahead and get that turned on, and away we go. Okay, so I'll be curious to see how much we actually get. Oh, and of course it's not going to matter that this is hay, is it? It's just going to pick it up as grass anyway. So I did all that work for nothing. I did end up having to buy a tedder, which is okay. Another $10,000 probably that could have been better spent on something else. But I don't know. To be honest, I enjoy that. I enjoy that particle animation so much. It's almost worth the $10,000 to me. So we're not going to get a whole bunch off of this field. Certainly not the 50,000 that the mix station needs to fill it up. But that's okay. Any little bit will help to start with, and then we can always this stuff will grow back. Obviously, we can always come back and cut it again. So and I can always go up and cut the big meadow too if I really wanted to. So and I may do that at some point. So. And I apologize for the lag again. The combination of the detail and this alfalfa here is just beating me up. But okay, it's again, as I've said over and over and over again, it kind of is what it is. So I'm gonna live with it. I suppose I could go a little faster. I am going a little slow, I think. Just trying to get all of it that I can. Trying to be as neat as possible. But there is something to be said for expediency too. Not driving on a field at 3 miles an hour. So. $60,000. Funny, we wouldn't even have got 2 bales yet. So I guess picking it up with this thing was probably a better option. Just instead of wasting money on a baler that wouldn't have not have made very many bales. So until we really need it, until we really can bang out 20, 30, 50 bales or whatever, then I think this is a good option. And plus we already owned it, so we're paying maintenance on it anyway, so we might as well use it. You know what? I missed too much. I don't mind missing a little bit, but when I miss the whole beginning of a row like that, that annoys me. So I'm just going to back up and try again. And again, not being able to drive in the cab is kind of annoying, for this, because I tend to do this kind of work in the cab. Makes it a little easier for me to be able to see the rows, but I just get such bad frame rates in the cab that, I don't know. That isn't horrible, but it's not really good either, so just got to stay out of the cab, I guess. So this holds 21,500, I think. Don't think we're going to fill it up on this field, but that's okay. Like I said, it's a start, so. And then we will bring this down to the mix station and dump it in there, so. This last row and then head down there, I guess. I like to leave the field somewhat neat. I don't want to leave them such a complete mess that it looks like, well, wow, somebody with somebody who, was wearing a blindfold and, using scissors cut this field. So, don't want that. All right, well, I might as well grab this last little bit here that I couldn't quite get with the rake, so grab this last little bit. All right, I think that will do. And grab this little bit, because it doesn't matter if it's grass or hay for this thing, so turn that off. Get turned a little differently here, too. And then we'll bring this down to the mix station, and then we'll go turn, hedge. Well, it's a good thing this thing's got a good lock. And then we'll go grab the grass and bring that up to a silage clamp somewhere. again, it's probably not going to be a whole bunch, but probably not enough even to blanket it, but it is a start. So I'll go about that fast. I think that'll do. No. Kind of got to drive on the wrong side of the road just so I can see around the trees. So. Man, I wish I had a fishing pole. I do some fishing. I love that river. I just want to hang out on it. Maybe get a little rowboat and kind of sit there and see what fish are biting. I guess that would be cool. Those would be cool. That'd be cool little mini game maybe sort of stuff. I think wouldn't that be neat? If you could just maybe haul a canoe down or a rowboat down to the river and drop it in, jump in, with a fishing pole and maybe catch some fish, maybe get some, I don't know, get something for it. Maybe I don't know. I think that would be neat. It's stuff like that I think about when I'm doing things like this. It's like, well, geez, if this was a thing, that would be neat, or So, and I'm sure you guys do that too. Oh, I did it again. I always end up going all the way around instead of, going the way that I should go, and that is this way. Okay. One thing, I know how to get there this way, so I just keep doing it, even though it's not the most efficient way, certainly. Trees, can't see. Basically, just went around in a big circle, but okay. I probably could have time-lapsed this, I guess, too. You guys have seen me drive down here enough times now that, it's certainly nothing new or nothing exciting to see me drive, all the way out of my way, basically, to get back down to the cows, or down to the animals. But yeah, we're almost there, so. We'll get this in the mix station, get the grass in a silage clamp somewhere, and call that an episode. Then I'm not sure what we're going to do in the next episode. $21,000. Don't have enough money really to buy a field. I would love to buy one of these fields and start getting this alfalfa turned in for two reasons. One, because it's cool, and two, because it'll really help me with the lag. But can I go in this way to the... No, that's no. Okay, I wasn't sure. I just wanted to make absolutely certain that I couldn't go in that way to get to the pigs, because that's where the mix station is. So we'll just go in up here and get this into the mix station. That's the slurry. Don't want to go down there. We'll go around this way. Going a little fast, I think, but that's okay. Okay, let's see. Silage, grass goes in the middle one. Okay, very good. So, now, here we go again. Not really been able to see too well. Try to find an angle here that's not completely blocked by trees. And there we go. Again, not very much, but, it's a start, so I'll certainly take it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now we just go back and get the grass and bring that to a silage clamp somewhere, and we will be all set for this episode. What's going to be the actual quickest way to go Well, you know what? Go back the way you know how to come. I guess that's always the quickest way, at least for me. As a matter of fact, guys, I'll see you. I know since you guys having to watch me drive all the way back around again, I'll see you when we get back to the field. And here we are at the grass field now. We'll get this picked up and get this off to a silage clamp somewhere, and then that will be that. Whoop! I'm going way too fast though. Way too fast. Just for these turns, you know, it's just if this field was bigger, obviously wouldn't be an issue. But these turns are a little sharp, so I don't want to. I don't want to go whipping around him. So, and then I was on the drive back here. I was trying to figure out what I can do for the next episode. I'm not really sure. I guess it's going to depend on where we are, you know, growth-wise and stuff. I don't think. I suppose I could just wait. You know, make the next episode when this next harvest comes up. I suppose. You know, and then because obviously that, you know, really will be the next thing that kind of needs to be done, because then we'll have straw and grain for the animals as well, plus some straw to sell. So I may, you know, what we might do, maybe I was thinking maybe this is an option, go up and mow the big meadow, I guess, you know, and just try to get as much sort of silage and whatnot as we can. I think that may be a good idea, because this isn't going to make enough to even be able to blanket, obviously. So, you know, that may not be a bad idea. Go up, mow the big meadow, pick all that up, and then, you know, that'll get us closer to being able to blanket the silo and actually making some silage. So, you know, at least that way, then when the harvest does come up, and then we'll have straw, and then we can start making mixed rations. So, you know, and then we'll have everything the animals need. So that, yeah, that may be what we'll do. Maybe we'll do some more mowing in the next episode. You know, again, you know, it's, you know, some of this stuff is going to be repetitive. Some of it's going to be, you know, the same thing, just because, you know, the first few episodes are a lot of setup. So it's just kind of how it is. So. We're 50% here. We got quite a bit of grass. Come on, voice, hold out for me. Only got a little bit longer to go. Don't give out. I can feel it. I'll be croaking along here any minute. And I'll thank you guys in advance for putting up with that. This field's a little bigger too, so we're obviously going to get more, you know, more grass than we got hay, just because this field's slightly bigger. So we'd probably get even more if I could actually, you know, pick it up instead of just driving around it, instead of, you know what I mean, instead of staying on the row. You know. See, I think that, you know what, I was thinking about this too while I was windrowing. I think that comes down to maybe too much dependence on course play, and maybe too much dependence on hired workers. Why I can't drive in a straight line, because I don't really have to do it. You know, I can set up course play to do this, or or not. You know, I couldn't use a hired worker for this, but you know, I could set up course play to do this, and it would drive around happily and pick up all this, you know, stuff while I was off doing something else. So, you know, that could very well be why I'm not very good at driving in this game. You know, so 75% full. Well, that's not too bad actually. Let's see, what else did we miss? Did we miss a whole bunch anywhere? Not really, huh? We might as well, you know, pick up as much of it as we can, I guess. So 16,000, nowhere near enough to even think about blanketing a silo. So, but or blanketing a bunker, I should say. But you know, okay, it's all a start. So I think maybe, yeah, in the next episode we'll go up, mow the big meadow up the top of the map, by the sheep area, just to get as much grass as possible. I suppose that makes sense. So. Plus, it's something to do while we're waiting for the harvest to come. So, grab this last little bit here, and then we'll head off to a silage clamp. Yeah, 77%. Not bad. Not too bad at all, I think. So. Okay, let's see. Now, I need to find a silage clamp. Obviously, there's going to be one at the cows. I think that's going to be our closest bet here. So if we go this way, yep, get out of that so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yep, we'll go this way, and then do I want to go down this road here? Yes, I do. Yep, so we'll go down here, take a right, and then go around that way. I think that makes the most sense. So, yep. Then head down to the dairy farm and put this in the silage clamp, and we'll call this an episode. The next episode we'll be doing some more mowing, I think. And again, if you guys don't want to see it, you can always leave me comments and say, okay, that's fairly repetitive. We've seen that a bunch of times already. I turned down the wrong road. We've seen that a bunch of times. We don't want to see that anymore. You can always tell me that stuff. I obviously, I want to do what I want to do. What I enjoy doing on these. Where are you going? Jeez, I'm all crossed up now. I want to do what I enjoy doing in these videos, obviously, but I don't want to make videos that you guys don't want to watch either, so. Which way do I need to actually go here? I need to go this way, don't I? Up this way? Yeah, up this way. Oh. Man, can you imagine? Say you're a car, and, you're coming out of the store there or whatever. You ran in to get a soda or, snack or something. Eggs or milk for home or whatever. And you see this guy just, backing up, weaving all over the place, in the middle of the intersection. You'd probably be like, yeah, so this guy's had one too many. Go home, BP, you're drunk. Jeez, will you learn how to drive? I may have to sell this tractor and buy a new one just so I can get in the cab. Just because there's so many trees that overhang everything here that it makes it a little tricky to drive outside the cab. So, all right. So this is the dairy farm now, and that's the silage clamp. Okay. So very good. Makes sense to put it here. Okay. Come down here. Let's see. Which way do we actually want to go here? Yep. I go right in here, I believe, is where this goes. Oh, thank you, OEB guys, for making it a backup one instead of a drive-through one. Darn it. So now, if I do use Courseplay to do this, I'm gonna have to try my backing up skills. With Courseplay as well, Courseplay backs up a hell of a lot better than I do, that's for sure, but that's fine. I don't mind this, and unload it towards the back, I guess. So this thing's got to hold up a ton. This is a big pit. That's okay though. I no problems. So yeah, enough you can't even see it. 2%, 3%. Is it gonna 3%? Yeah. Oh. Oh, there it is. There it is. It showed up. Oh, 6%. Well, okay, not so bad. Might as well compact it, I guess. Oh, just so that it's all nice and compacted and everything. I don't have the silo extension mod in anyway, just because, like I said, that's one more thing that I don't really want to have to worry about. I have the BGA extension, I have the bale extension and all that. So, but the silo extension, it is very, very cool. But just for my own sort of sanity, not having to worry about whether I'm compacting stuff right, or I would just hate to have a whole bunker of silage rot on me. So, there you go. All compacted. 16,412 liters, 6%. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. So I think we'll just stop right here. Go ahead and shut this off, and I'll bring it back later. So there you go, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that. As always, if you did, please let me know. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking about this series and about these videos, about anything else for that matter, as well as I say pretty much every video. Thank you so much. Again, we're right there at 1,400 subscribers. You guys are awesome. I can't thank you guys enough for everything, for helping make Bipolar Prophet Gaming what it is. It's all down to you guys. And as always, thanks so much for making me a part of your YouTube day. And this is the Bipolar Prophet saying, see you later.